the channel. I'm at the office. No, just kidding. I'm at the hotel. Let me just put my bags down. So when the truck's in the shop, if it's overnight, Schneider will put you in a hotel. And this is one of the hotels which they use here at this is Stockbridge, I believe, Atlanta area, close to the Atlanta OC. But yeah, this is what you will get when you come to do orientation, or when the truck breaks down or something, and you're in this area. This is what, you know, this is where you're gonna come to. Let me show you a little, you know, got a big screen TV,
microwave and refrigerator.
pretty good, pretty decent sized room. This is the bathroom, pretty good bathroom too. It's nice looking, you know, it's not like 4 stars. We're going to talk about winter driving and adverse weather. A few tips.
So before anything, Happy New Year. A little bit late. Thanks for all of those that are subscribing and have subscribed in the past year. Really do appreciate it. My best wishes and blessing go out to all of you guys. It's 2022 now, so hopefully everything goes good for all of us on the road, right? We put in those miles, but safely. Got a few shout outs. Shout out to Anderson, Terry. I met Terry at the OC, Atlanta OC. Wilfredo, he was, I think he was finishing, that was a few weeks ago. He was finishing his orientation. Manuel, actually bumped into Manuel a few times. Also met John at the OC. I really do appreciate all you guys that are watching the channel and subscribing. And it feels good, you know, when you bump to somebody, said you helped them out some way or another. So that's a good thing. It's a good feeling, you know, when somebody tells you that. So thanks a lot, I appreciate it for watching the channel. Being that I'm here in the hotel, I figure I talk about winter preparedness, winter driving. It could be adverse weather also, it doesn't have to be winter. I'm actually here because it's cold, it's getting cold out there. One of my previous videos I have put the APU, the tri-pack was not working properly. I usually use it for AC, but it turns out that this unit, the heat works together. They don't have a separate switch. Some of these trucks, they have a separate switch for the bunk heater. This truck that I have doesn't have that, so I had to take it into the shop. And they're gonna do some other stuff, and that's why Schneider got me the hotel, because it's gonna stay overnight, probably tonight and tomorrow. So I'll probably have to go back to the OC, and then maybe, if anything, maybe come back again to the hotel. A few tips I could say, which, you know, the best thing is you keep hearing and hearing, and, you know, you hear it, the more you hear it, the better it is. So that, because you could remember, you know, there's a lot of videos out there, a lot of good information, a lot of people put information out there about driving, and Schneider too. Schneider got good information. So one of the things will be like create more distance between you and the vehicle in front of you when it comes to, you know, rain, snow, especially if it's a truck, because you cannot see what's in front of the truck. With a car, you could see a little more. That's where scan far and wide comes into play, because you could see. But there's a truck in front of you, you don't see much. Brake and accelerate firmly. Don't step on the brakes too hard, and don't step on the gas too hard either, because that's when it starts spinning, right? Drive below the speed limit, or, you know, depending on the weather, depending what's going on, snow, rain, you know. Be on the lookout for black ice on the road. Try to avoid changing lanes. And because sometimes, you know, when you go over that little hump in the middle there, could be ice, and the truck, you know, you could lose control when you're trying to pass somebody. So try to stay in the lane that you at. And, you know, when it's snowing, sometimes there's only one lane. If it's a 2 lane, it becomes 1 lane. If it's 3 lanes, it becomes 2 lanes. So just try to stay in 1 lane. Be careful when you go to the shippers and receivers. Sometimes they have, if it has snow a few days ago and then it snowed again, sometimes you see snow, but under that snow in those shippers and receiver, there's ice, and you could get stuck there, you know. Especially these trucks, they don't do so good with the traction. Don't think because you have a heavy load you're gonna be okay, because that's not true. If you got cars in front of you and you don't see the splashing of the tires, keep an eye on that, because possibly that's ice. That's when you might think it's just water, but it's just, it could be ice. So just pay attention. That's one other thing you could look at. Pay attention on the wheel, you know, the spray of the water coming out of the tires. Check for bridges and overpass. That's where ice get created, you know. That's why they have these signs when you're on the road. Bridge coming, could be icy, right? So be careful with that. Make sure you have supplies for you and the truck. Like, these are some of the things that I carry with me. Canned goods, perishables that, you know, they don't go bad. And they don't have to be refrigerated. So you got tuna, got some crackers, some rice here, and tuna teriyaki, which is pretty good. Put in the microwave if you got a microwave. If not, then, you know, use the other stuff. Peanut butter, can't go wrong with peanut butter either. Vegetables, usually vegetables, I put a little mayo on it. Oh, and it's good. And the green beans. Don't forget to get a can opener. Usually I get these. Unfortunately, this one I messed up. Got one without a can opener. But yeah, make sure you got can opener. Peanut butter, bread, you know, regular bread. I don't have some with me. I'm done. I'm to my last bread. But yeah, these are things you want to carry with you when you're in the truck. And you know, they won't go bad. Engine coolant, antifreeze, windshield washer fluid, engine oil, a set of wiper blades, and all of this you could get it through the Schneider maintenance department or the shop. And the washer fluid you could also get it at the fuel aisle in the OCs or terminal. This is where you get your washer fluid. Turn this knob right here, and you put it inside the washer tank, and you put it back. Remember, take care of that truck, because that's the one that's gonna give you that money, you know, and move you. And if the truck is not good, you won't be able to move. Always take care of the truck, because that's the one that's bringing in the money. I know it might not be your truck, but if the truck is not moving, you know, if the wheels ain't moving, you ain't earning, right? Check the weather, check weather app, weather channel. Like Schneider's, that's a good thing. Schneider does have, they do shoot you a message when they know that you're going to certain areas. So that's a good thing about Schneider, you know, they let you know. So like that, you know, you could make a decision what you're gonna do, you know. So you could trip plan correctly. Make sure you check those air tanks. Let the air out on the air tanks, because the air could freeze inside the tank. You know, it creates moisture. I'll show you the air tanks. On the driver's side, there are 3 cables. One by the depth, at least on this particular Freightliner Cascadia. Pretty much they're all the same. 2 on the other side right here. This is actually 2 where your batteries are located. On the right side of the truck, by the passenger side, the fuel cap, there's also one here. And this here is the dryer. This is what actually sneezes, what you hear. This could also freeze apart from the line. Be prepared with yourself. Have extra blankets, extra clothes, winter clothes, because you never know, you know, what could happen. You could get stuck and be stranded for a little while. So let's go through this list or tips, however you want to call it. Number 1, make sure you have supplies, just in case you get stuck. Number 2, drive below the speed limit, or depending on the conditions of the road. Number 3, be in the lookout for black ice, especially if you don't see no splashes coming out of the vehicle in front of you. Number 4, do a good pre-trip every day, especially in the winter time. Do a good pre-trip, check everything on the equipment. Number 5, brake and accelerate steadily and firmly. Be careful, don't be stepping on that brakes hard and accelerating also hard. And hopefully you're not too close to the other vehicles, so you don't have to step on the brake hard. All right. Number 6, check for bridges and overpass and shaded areas. That's where the ice was gonna be created at. And that's why you see those signs on the road, bridge ahead, possible ice, right? Number 7, always double check, triple check when you're changing lanes, coming out in the intersections. Remember, if there's ice or snow on the floor and you come out in the intersection and there's a car coming, they might not be able to brake. Or when you're coming out in this intersection, there's a little ice or snow on the floor, your truck might spin, you know, the tire might spin a little bit and you won't take off as quick enough. Number 8, remember, again, don't follow too close. Keep your distance, always. Number 9, there are gonna be times you wanna stop and wait. Remember, you're the captain of the ship, right? So sometimes it's just better off waiting till the next day or whatever. Give it a few hours. If it's the snow, you know, you wait for those snow plows to come. Usually you will want to always try to use the big highways, because usually those are clean. They clean those faster than the regular roads. If you happen to go to these state roads and all that, sometimes the state roads take longer to be cleaned out and salted, you know. So try to stay in the interstate, which usually they are better, if you can, you know. If there's places that you have to go through regular roads, then just, you know, maybe you're better off waiting out. Number 10, make sure you have fuel. Because if you do get stuck and you don't have no fuel for hours, and you gotta keep that truck running, depending if you have a tri-pack or not, make sure you always have fuel. Hopefully everything goes good with it in this winter, and we all safe out there, nothing happens to us. And again, happy 2022. Appreciate all those that stay to the end. Thanks a lot. Be safe out there. Take care. God bless.